The United States of America, Congressman Chris Smith, co-chairman of the Tom Lantos Human Rights Commission and author of the Frank R. Wolf International Religious Freedom Act, has accused Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, the president of Nigeria, popularly known as Jubril al-Sudani. They accused Buhari and his administration of failing to protect Nigerian Christians. He made the accusation known on Thursday while reacting to the April 28 launch of the 21st annual report by the United States of America Commission on International Religious Freedom, USCIRF. On the state of religious liberty around the world, Congressman Smith said in a statement, "I commend USCIRF for taking on the worst violators of religious freedom around the world and for issuing a hard-hitting annual report. In particular, I welcome their recommendation that the State Department designate 5 additional nations as countries of particular concern, CPCS, due to their systematic, ongoing, and egregious violation of religious freedom, including India, Nigeria, and Vietnam." And I urge Secretary Mike Pompeo to follow USCIRF's lead by adding them to the State Department list of CPCS, countries of particular concerns. I am particularly concerned at the deteriorating situation in Nigeria under President Muhammadu Buhari, who has failed to protect all Nigerian citizens equally. Indeed, the Buhari's administration's response to repeated attacks upon Christian farmers in the Middle Belt by Fulani herdsmen ranges from indifference to active acquiescence. The herdsmen, and it seems people at the highest levels of Buhari's administration, appear driven by ethnic and religious supremacy. I thus reiterate the call I previously made for the State Department to monitor the words and actions of Meiti Allah, an organization which represents the Fulani herdsmen. I also call upon Fulani leaders, including President Buhari and the Sultan of Sokoto, to unequivocally use their authority to stop these attacks and put an end to this continual religious supremacy that has been ongoing for a long time. If anything, the USCIRF report, which focuses on the atrocities committed by Boko Haram, as well as government repression of Shia Muslims, should have focused more attention to acts of terror carried out by Fulani herdsmen. USCIRF rightfully calls out the increasing intolerance towards religious minorities, especially Muslims in India, under Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his BJP government. By turning its back on its secular constitution, India is threatening to mirror Pakistan, which routinely discriminates against Hindus, Christians, and Ahmadi Muslims who are deemed heretical. I further note with cautious optimism that USCIRF has flagged a number of nations where religious freedom is improving, and I pray that the trend in countries such as Sudan, Uzbekistan, and Central African Republic continues. However, while 2 steps forward and 1 step back is better than 1 step forward and 2 steps back, the backward step still needs to be addressed. Thus, while we can rightfully cheer the progress Prime Minister Abdullah Hamdok is trying to achieve in Sudan, so long as Syria human rights abusers such as Emeti and al-Burhan, the butchers of Darfur, remain in perches of power and influence, we need to be vigilant as to any backsliding. The behavior of Xi Jinping China is extremely disturbing because it marries up ruthless, systematic persecution of religious minorities, Tibetan Buddhists, Falun Gong practitioners, Uyghur Muslims, on the ground Christians. With high-tech efficiency, USCIRF also notes that China is exporting its surveillance technology and its malign influence to other countries. The issuance of the USCIRF report is an occasion for all of us to reflect on the innate dignity of the individual, all governments, including our own. We must recognize the primacy of what George Washington named the little spark of celestial fire called conscience, and preserve and protect religious liberty. Well, if you are from any of these countries that has been mentioned here, I think you know it's clear that many of those nations are involved in this. Whenever there are minorities, you always find the majority. It doesn't matter if it's religion, it doesn't matter if it is tribe, ethnicity. You always find them trying to muscle on the other person. People love to take advantage of each other. What is the religion of peace and what is not a religion of peace? It is clear a religion of peace will tolerate other religion and other people's faith and beliefs. These countries do not need the United States of America. They have their own issues too. They don't need them to point out certain inimical activities that are ongoing for a long time now. What is this? What is it about religion? What is it about religion? After all, it is man-made. The only religion that people might claim is not man-made or whatever thing it is love. So at the end of the day, that is what everyone needs to practice. If the faith you have permits you to kill the next person, then your religion should be questioned and put to a stop. Any religion that tolerates evil, any religion that tolerates harming the other person for the sake of one deity, that religion should not be permitted. It should not be permitted at all. Everyone should be allowed to hear their views on whatever religion they are interested in. And aside this, any religion that cannot be questioned, examined, that religion is not fit to exist. You don't just bring up a religion and doctrines and expect people to flow with it. You are being tyrannical. You are a dictator. What makes you feel that your religion is the pathway to God? After all, at the end of the day, the truth is this: worship God in truth and in spirit. How do you worship God in truth if you kill other people? How do you worship God in truth if you do not tolerate other people? Fanaticism is not the way to God. But many of these people are being indoctrinated in a certain way, and they believe that the only approach to get favor from God, to go to heaven somewhere, or to achieve better in life, is for them to go hard on other people and try to crush them. They come up with different things at any time. Well, back to Nigeria, the report is clear. It has stated it very clearly that the president has decided to keep mute when certain things are happening. Very deadly things. You saw what happened in the middle belt of Nigeria, in Jos, in Benue. It was so terrible. A lot of people died. Now, some might say, no, it has nothing to do with religion. It is tribal. Hausa, Fulani, herdsmen are only interested in their cattle because certain head of states, generals, and some private citizens, they have vested interest in the cattle. And that is all they care about. Religion is just by the side. Some will say do not link the religion into it, because these people only come up with religion whenever they need to, play tricks. At the end of the day, they are not necessarily don't believe in whatever the religion tells them. They're only using this as a cover. Like I said, vested interest, and that has to do with financial. 2, supremacy, to conquer the other person. And also, it is easy to bring in religion as it makes them feel better. We've always talked about Islamization of Nigeria, and people think it's a joke. It's not a joke, because humans move with their belief. So if someone has a cultural belief, religious belief, wherever they move in, particularly if they think they are they are more super than you, and they want to lord it over you, they bring in their religion and they bring in their cultural belief and kill off yours. So this is what I see happening: economic, religious, and every other thing. So they have pointed this out to Buhari. Hopefully he listens to this also, and not just Nigeria, India, Vietnam, where you have majority of this and minority of this. In Nigeria, you cannot say we have majority of Muslims. Maybe you come to the south, you find among the southwest, you find some Muslims there, not fanatics, not the fanatical ones. Of course, you still have some that are connecting themselves to somewhere because of money. You see them come out there and begin to talk about other people's religion, but not as a terrorist like you'll find in the north of Nigeria. This is the reason why a lot of people are asking for a break. So I don't know what you guys think about this report and what you think the solution is. Drop your comment in the section below.